The electoral body was back before the Parliamentary Legal Affairs Committee to present its revised budget proposal. IEBC had initially asked for 41.5 billion shillings to conduct the forthcoming general election against the 17.5 billion shillings Treasury had allocated it, but it scaled down the budget to 31.5 billion shillings, a figure the members of Parliament still found excessive. The figure submitted by IEBC does not, however, include the cost of conducting a presidential runoff poll, which would cost 5.4 billion shillings.
The ECK should bring down their budget to around 23, so that you are talking of around 23 billion.
As we try to cut down the budget of the Commission, you may end up affecting the cooperation of the Commissions. Treasury loves to slash budget. That is they derive a lot of pleasure from doing that.
In as much as this election is critical, I think this IEBC still need to review their budget.
The projected day-to-day running expenses of the IEBC takes the lion's share of the budget at 23 billion shillings. Long-term expenses or capital expenditure of the Commission takes up 7.7 billion shillings. Security payments have been allocated 613 million shillings, while the cost of conducting the election in the diaspora is expected to cost 126 million shillings. But the Parliamentary Legal Affairs Committee remained unconvinced.
How much will it cost for one person to vote?
Part of the reason why our elections are expensive is because, particularly talking from 2009 to now, is because it is like we are starting afresh.
IEBC projects that 11.9 billion shillings will be required to conduct the forthcoming general election, while voter registration and civic education will cost 3.9 billion shillings and 1.6 billion shillings respectively.
So we are planning, Mr. Chairman, to create polling stations where about 15 million Kenyans can vote. If every stream has 350 Kenyans, you end up with a 45,000 polling station.
The Commission also intends to do away with the manual black books, which they say were used to perpetuate electoral malpractices like ballot stuffing and multiple voting in the 2007 general election. The black books will be replaced by electronic registers.
The poll book is an electronic system whereby you will come and press your thumb, and that will ensure that nobody goes to any other polling station or comes back to the same polling station to vote again.
The cost of purchasing ballot boxes and new motor vehicles were also contested budget items. The two budget items have been allocated 1 billion and 1.2 billion shillings respectively.
You're talking about over 1 billion shillings to purchase vehicles. Now, you may need vehicles for a month or two. What happens for the next 4 years and 10 months? What shall you be using these vehicles for?
The alternative is to hire vehicles, and if we do so, we would end up expending about 800 million in hire of vehicles alone.
The cost of security was the most contested budget item. The committee wondered why the Commission had sought 600 million shillings to pay the police force.
Because we pay 1,000 shillings per day for every police officer that we employ.
Why don't you just chip in the quota per diem, which is required by the Directorate of Personnel Management?
The Electoral Commission ruled out donor aid in conducting the forthcoming polls and insisted that the Treasury must prepare to spend more to ensure a free, fair and transparent electoral exercise. Francis Gachuri, Citizen Live at 9.